Welcome to Pagan Crafting. I'm your host, Cara. Today we're going to talk about how to activate and charge your spell jars and your spell cards. I had a question recently, what's the difference between ephemera and a spell card? I thought it was something that was simply another object to use, and you would activate it the same as other, like say, talismans or objects you would use in your spellcraft. So with that said, maybe I was wrong. Maybe some people don't know how to activate their spell cards or spell jars, and I apologize. So first we want to do is keep the energy fresh and keep the energy flowing. And how do we do that? Well, it's a spell jar. You can simply shake it, keep the energy going, and we're going to talk about some other stuff too. But with a spell card, there's nothing to shake up. So how do we charge this, activate it? Let's go over some cool ideas today. Okay, so different ways that you can activate it without having to purchase anything, get anything. You don't need an altar tool or item or anything like that. It's just simply your energy. First, you're going to meditate with it. Simply hold the object within your hands. Meditate on it. You could hold it at different points of your chakras, depending on which chakra maybe you would like to also enhance the energy. I'm going to use spell cards because I'm going to be doing a series here. I do have my spell jar we're going to use as well, but just for the sake of a spell card can be any object that you want to activate, like a talisman, for example. So using your own energy to activate it, use your own intention. Now, while you've worked and made the spell jar or the spell card, you want to pour your energy into the piece. You want to activate it. Let's focus on art magic instead of a spell jar, just for the sake of, I think art magic is kind of chaotic and covers quite a bit of different directions. So you can pick which object you'd like to use to help concentrate your energies on. Now for an art magic piece, while you're painting, let's say if you're using watercolor or acrylic painting like I did here, what I've used is you could use moon water, sun water, different phases of the day to activate the energy of the paint while painting. You want to think about memories. What I have, this card is for Athena, it's for healing. And I have an owl too that was hers as well. So I also looked up the meaning of the owl and I researched the animal totem on that. Why is the moon there? Why is there only one star there? Why does she have a shield? What is she doing? What does Athena mean to me? She's a warrior. She's a healer. She's there to help protect us. And as you're doing your art magic, you want to think. And when you think about different things, you're going to be, that energy goes in through your arms, into your hands, out through your magical tool that you use and paint with, and that energy comes through. Okay, go to your couch. Thanks. We have a friend now. Hi. Okay. So there I was talking about visualization. Visualization is a really, really cool way to use color psychology. You can use the corresponding colors of candle magic. What does a certain color mean to you? So let's say I like to use, which is right up there is that apple green for my healing color. My mother uses a baby pink for her healing color. So whatever the colors mean to you, that's what maybe you want to. So I want to do a healing spell card. So I'm going to create a ball of energy here. And now you can start it off small within your hands if you wish. And then you can grow it with each breath. And out. And again, breathe in. Now start off with a ball of white light. Just an energetic light you can grow in your hand. And in this white light, now you can change the colors if you wish. You can keep it pure and light. You can pick it up. You can pass it back and forth. You can feel the energy in your hands. Now what you want to do is you can put your object. This jar is a spell jar for happiness, so I may have chosen maybe another yellow of sunflower yellow, because sunflowers make me feel so good. I love the energy of the flower. Now with the Athena healing, I use turquoise and violets for this spell card. So I may engulf the turquoise energy and just place the card right on the ball of it. I can see the ball of energy protruding through the card. And just power it up with your own energy. You can do that. You are a powerful being. Those of you that know Reiki, simply Reiki the energy. Bring the, boom, you're done. So by meditating with it, you can also, like I said, you can simply hold it to different chakra points or just bring it right to your heart. Your heart will know how to disperse the energy. So when programming crystals, sometimes we use our breath in my community. And why not use your breath to program your spell jar or your spell card? So holding the intention within your mind, you can build up a ball of energy into your heart chakra. You can move all the energy from your limbs, from your hands, bring it all in. Now bring up that energy through your neck, out through your throat chakra. Program it, tell it what to do. I would like you to be a healing spell that I can put in my backpack and carry with me. For when I go see my friend, I can help her. Maybe leave this spell card behind, or maybe give me the energy and the power that I need. For on the back, I have a prayer that I found, an ancient Greek prayer, and it was for courage and strength. And this is something that I could read to help empower up the energy again to make the spell card work. Now, active energy. What is active energy? Active energy is the sun, it's the moon. It is like, you could use, I'll put up above here, I did a sun phase water collection and a moon phase water collection. Now there's different phases throughout the day that you can collect water, and each phase will have a different intention. Same as the moon, there'll be different intentions of days as well as times throughout the month. So those take a little bit longer versus you have phases in the day of the sun that you could work with, or phases in the moon. So active energy, you can simply place out your spell card during that time of day. Make sure you take it in, because the next phase is going to activate it in that way. Same as the moon. If you take it out in the next day, well, the sun's already started to activate it. So you have to wake up a little earlier in the middle of the night to remove your spell jar, remove your card out of your windowsill. Because if you let it go till the next day, the sun is now doing its work for you. So the energy is changing. So if you want just moon energy, time your energy, set an alarm clock. Now, another active energy you could use is sound. So singing bowls, tuning forks, singing, humming, music, binary beats. Another really cool thing, if you have, let's say, a river beside you, active water, place your spell jar right in the water. Let the flow of the energy of the river transmute what you want for your intention. You can put this in on a little rock, or maybe, I really don't like using plastic, but to save your artwork, as I drop it, as to save your artwork, maybe a plastic bag or waterproof bag, something that you can put in the water and you can help activate the energies in it too. Now, speaking of activating with water, let's talk about activating with the elements. So you can activate it with sun water, moon water. You've seen maybe my chakra sprays in some of my videos where I've done, it's a cleanse spray and it's an alternative to a smoke spray to some of those of you that can't use a smoke spray due to allergies, asthma, or simply can't where you are. Sprays, aromatherapy sprays are really amazing to use. Crystals, you could use crystal and herb infused and aromatherapy infused waters. You could also activate your spell card and your spell jars. Simply place them into the water, into the bowl. Now, be warned that some crystals do not like the water. They can disintegrate or they can poison the water. So be careful with that too. So do a little research what crystals you can put into the water. Now herbs, you can simply put some herbs into your water, infuse the water with oils, different types of water, rainwater, storm water, river water, pond water, creek water, a storm water on an electrified night, water that was collected with the reflection of the northern lights in the water, or the reflection of the moon in the water. There's a lot of different cool ways that you can play with your water infusement. Now let's talk about the earth element. Dirt. Get some dirt. You got some plants? Simply place your spell jar on one of your plants. A lot of my plants have crystals, and I have little crystal, harmony crystals, my singing crystals within the plants. And I have different zebra stones, citrines. Some of my plants, especially my snake plant, will release different energies at nighttime. So depending on what I want to invoke while I'm sleeping, I will place the crystals into the dirt too. So no difference than placing your spell cards, maybe just on a little stone or crystal in your dirt if you don't want to get any dirt on it. As long as your dirt's dry, it's fine. You can place your spell jars or your spell cards simply in your garden. If you don't have a garden, can you walk to a park? Can you walk to a forest? Can you just literally touch dirt? If that is a possibility for you. If not, buy a little bag of dirt, a little teeny tiny bag, have a little dirt bowl, do some earthing, some grounding. Put your feet in it. Feels pretty good if you can't access dirt. Some of you are in the big cities and are in around a lot of concrete. So that I can understand. Alrighty, so our air element. So we could activate it by simply our breath. Back to that. Feather fans, sacred breath, and the wind. Go outside, and depending on which direction of the wind you can access, even the directions of the winds mean different things. Keep it charged up. How can you do that? What is a really simple way to do that? If you have an altar, rock that, my friend. Simply put your spell cards or your spell jars on your altar. Do you have a sacred space? This is one of my sacred spaces in my house. I'm on one of my favorite chairs that have come with me since my 20s that is falling apart, and I keep reupholstering. But that's okay. This is one of my spaces that transmute a lot of my energy. This is where I like to read and meditate and chill out. And this is just a feel-good area. This is not my altar, but this is a sacred space. So my energies and the crystals and the plants is definitely going to charge up and keep things charged up. So different ways that you can look at things, and what do you do around your home that is as an area that maybe a lot of your sacred energy is. Those of you that have craft rooms, your energy is so good in there. You can always go in and just feel good, even if you just feel like organizing, even if it's messy, just go organize. It just feels good to touch your stuff, you know. One other way you can do is keep it charged up in a magical box. I have a magical box that I have my spell cards in and my little bits and pieces, and that box I do put energy in. I do either keep it on my altar or on my live altar in my living room, and my live altar, different from my altar upstairs, is more of an interactive altar. I allow people to touch and feel and look, and I want them to, and I want them to be a part of it. And I have art and pendulum boards and things out there. And I have on another table, I've just a few different things that you can smudge with if you want it. When you come into my house, you can choose from it various items. I've learned, instead of not wanting people to touch my stuff, to just move that out of the way and please touch it, interact with it, learn about it, ask questions about it. It's so different for me now. I place things so people ask questions in my area. So that type of energy will definitely charge up your sacred objects, your talismans, your spell jars, your spell cards immediately, because that's just your energy just floating around there, happy to be there. Now crystals, some of my favorite. You can make a crystal grid. Look at just some simple little crystals. Make a little crystal grid around it. You can get all fancy with it and charge it up. Or simply throw the card or the spell jar in a bag. Throw some crystals in the bag, shake her up. Leave it in there overnight. It's done. It's charged up. On top of a card or a jar, you can place the crystal right on top of the spell jar or the card. Beside it, if the spell jar is too small, too big, whatever, or the crystal's too big, the energy just beside it is going to activate it. You can simply just put a circle of crystals around your spell jar, your spell card, or in a bowl of crystals if you have a bunch of them that maybe you just want to just cleanse it and activate it, or a select few of crystals that match the card, that match the spell jar. That's what I would do. I would choose crystals, and especially clear quartz crystals, to activate the other crystals, to charge and power them up if you only have a little bit. Even if you have some rock chips that correspond to your spell jar or spell card, throw that down in there too. Well, I hope this answered lots of questions for charging up and activating your spell jar or your spell card. If you do have any more comments below, just comment down below. I mean, if you have any more comments or questions about activating or charging, or how you activate or charge, oh, please comment. I love that, and I'll pin your message in the community comment if you have something cool and new that maybe I didn't cover or missed. Well, thanks so much for chilling out with me today, and always, it is an absolute pleasure hanging out with you.